Hello everyone, this is me Sahitya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we'll discuss about Attorney General of India. So let's begin. So first of all, Attorney General of India, AGI, which is also called, is the highest law officer of the government of India, and he or she advises the union government on legal and constitutional matters and represent the government of India before the Supreme Court and other courts. So this topic is frequently asked in UPSC prelims and GS paper 2 and also state PCS, judiciary, and it also helps in interviews. So let's begin. So first of all, we'll discuss about constitutional position. So Attorney General of India uh, comes under Article 76, and right to participate in Parliament comes under Article 88. So we'll move to the introduction. So Article 76 talks about the President shall appoint a person who is qualified to be appointed a judge of the Supreme Court to be the Attorney General of India. So the Attorney General is highest law officer of India, chief legal advisor to the union government, and represents the government in legal matters. So we'll move to the appointment. So appointment, the President of India appoints the Attorney General, and the appointment is generally made on the advice of Prime Minister and the councils of ministers. So we'll move to the qualifications. So qualifications are: to become the Attorney General of India, a person must be qualified to be appointed as the Judge of Supreme Court. So therefore the person must be a citizen of India, have been a judge of a high court for 5 years, or have been an advocate of a high court for 10 years, or be in the opinion of the president and distinguished jurist. We'll move to the next one, term of office. So the constitution does not prescribe a fixed tenure. The attorney general hold office during the pleasure of the president. And we'll move to the removal process. So there is no specific constitutional procedure for removal. The attorney general can be removed by the president. And we'll move to the resignation. So resignation, the attorney general may resign by submitting a resignation to the president. And now salary and allowances. So the constitution does not fix the salary. The remuneration is determined by the president. And we'll move to the duties of the attorney general. So Article 76 talks about the Attorney General performs the following duties. So first is advises to the government, provides legal advice to the union government. For example, the government seeks the Attorney General's opinion before introducing an important constitutional amendment. And second one is represents the government in courts. So appears on behalf of the government before Supreme Court, High Courts and other courts when required. For example, the Attorney General defends the union government in a constitutional challenge before the Supreme Court. And we'll move to the third one. So perform legal duties assigned by the president. The president may assign additional legal responsibilities. We'll move to the fourth one. So advises on constitutional matters. So helps the government interpret constitutional provision. Example, providing legal advice on center-state relations or constitutional amendments. And we'll move to the next topic, rights of the attorney generals. So Article 88 talks about rights. The attorney general has the right to speak in Lok Sabha, speak in the Rajya Sabha, and participate in parliamentary committees of which he or she is a member. And important point, the attorney general cannot vote in parliament, is not a member of parliament. And the right of audience, the attorney general has right of audience in all courts in India. This means the attorney general can appear before any court while performing official duties. And we'll move to the next topic. So private practice. So unlike the attorney general is in some country, the attorney general of India may engage in private legal practice, but not with certain restrictions. The attorney general cannot appear against the government of India, and cannot advise private parties against the government, and cannot defend accused person in criminal cases without government permissions, and cannot accept certain appointments without government approval. So what are the limitations? So limitations, that attorney general had some limitations. First is not full-time government employees, does not enjoy security of tenure, and acts mainly as the government legal advisor. And we'll move to the attorney general versus solicitor general. So attorney general is a constitutional post, and solicitor general is a statutory and also executive post. And Article 76 talks about not uh, Attorney General and Solicitor General is not mentioned in the Constitution. And Attorney General is the highest law officer, and Solicitor General is the second highest law officer in India. And Attorney General of India appointment by President, and Solicitor General appointment by central government. So we'll move to the Attorney General versus Advocate General. So Attorney General in union government and Advocate General in state government. So Attorney General comes under Article 76 and Advocate General comes under Article 165. And Attorney General appointed by President and Advocate General appointed by Governor. And Attorney General advises union government and Advocate General advises state government. So we'll move to some important constitutional facts. So the Attorney General is not a member of the cabinet. Attorney General attends cabinet meetings only when invited. And Attorney General is not required to resign when the government changes, although it is a common constitutional practice for new government to appoint its own Attorney General. Example, suppose Parliament passes a new law that is challenged in the Supreme Court for violating fundamental rights. The Attorney General appears before the Supreme Court and argues on behalf of the union government and defending the constitutional validity of the law. So we'll move to the mnemonics. So ADCP. A stands for advises the government, and D defends the government in courts, and C stands for constitutional expert, and P stands for participates in parliament with no vote. And we'll move to some UPSC important facts. So Article 76 provides for the Attorney General of India, and the Attorney General is the highest law officer in India, must be qualified to become a Supreme Court judge, and has the right to speak in both houses of the parliament but cannot vote, and has right to audience in all courts in India, and hold offices during the pleasure of the president, and can engage in limited private practice subject to the restrictions. One line revision. So Article 76 talks about Attorney General of India, and highest law officer, it means Attorney General, and appointment by the President, and qualification eligible to be the Supreme Court of Judge, and term pleasure of the President. And Article 88 talks about can speak in Parliament but cannot vote, and right to audience all courts in India. Okay, so we'll move to some previous concepts that frequently asked in every year and any exam. So first one is constitutional status of the Attorney General, and difference between Attorney General and Advocate General, and rights in Parliament, qualifications and right of audience, and whether Attorney General can vote in Parliament. We'll move to the value men's value edition. So observation by M. Lakshmikant. The Attorney General acts as the principal legal advisor to the Government of India and serves as the constitutional link between executive and the judiciary in legal matters.